Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to explain the new Chilla arts game Parasocial. We are going to look at the Stalker's timeline and all the hidden details that show us that we were stalked from the start. So, let's jump straight into it. To explain the timeline, I am going to have to explain the end, so there are spoilers inbound. Nina, who we play as in this game, is a virtual streamer. She had recently broken up with her ex-boyfriend. So what follows in this game is Nina's ex-boyfriend trying to get back with her. In doing this, he involved his mother, his brother, who played a fake policeman, and a homeless man. They stalked and terrorized Nina, trying to isolate her so that she would get back with her ex-boyfriend. Now, like I said, Nina is a virtual live streamer who uses a virtual avatar in her videos. During one of her live streams, a fan called I Love Nina sent her a video game he had made for her specifically. She downloads the video game, which allows this fan to hack her computer. When she finishes the game, she realizes that her virtual avatar was removed and her fans saw her real face. Reeling from this, she ends the live stream, but then receives text messages from an unknown number telling her to keep streaming the games or bad things will happen. She also gets this note in the door. The next day, we see that the door beside us is actually open, and we can hear movement inside. When we go downstairs, we see some moving trucks, so we put together that someone is moving in next door to us. While outside our apartment building, we find this policeman who seems very unprofessional. This, of course, will later turn out to be her ex-boyfriend's brother, and this is the first member of this gang that we will actually meet face to face. When we return to our apartment, our friend Asuka arrives and brings us somewhere you may be familiar with. Now, do I think that there is a timeline cross here between this game and the coffee shop? Absolutely, and I'm going to show you why. This is the model of the stalker from the coffee shop. And if we go inside, that is the same model that we played as and the supervisor from the game. We get a coffee with our friend, and while we are sat there talking, the stalker walks in. As we sit down there, he pulls out his phone. He is watching her video. As he gets up to leave, he takes a picture of us beforehand. He then leaves and goes outside, but he kind of walks around in circles for a bit, which I have to admit was quite funny to watch. Asuka then walks us back home, and as you can see, it is just us. When we get into the elevator, look who runs in beside us. He doesn't do anything or follow us at this point. He just waits in the elevator. When we return to the apartment and we start live streaming, in the chat, I Love Nina says I go to Chilla's coffee too. This is confirming the stalker is who sat beside us in there. After the live stream, she has a bat, and this is where something really creepy happens. He broke in while she was having a bat and turned on the washing machine, but we don't yet get to catch him. We then get a letter in the post from the building manager saying if we need anything we can call them. This will later turn out to be our ex's mother. We then live stream again, playing a new game. In the chat, I Love Nina asks us did we enjoy the bat yesterday. This time while we are playing, he breaks in and turns on the TV. After the live stream, when we are walking around, we find the remote on the ground and we receive a bunch of flowers through the door. These are the same flowers from the advert that plays just before we have our back if you decide to turn on the TV. After the live stream, she decides to go to the store to get some food. We meet the building manager, the ex-boyfriend's mother, in person this time. She asks a series of questions about her ex-boyfriend, which of course is because she is his mother. We finally make it to the convenience store and go inside, to only turn around and see that the stalker is watching us from outside. And while we are shopping, who turns up but only our ex-boyfriend? He has his hood up and he lowers his head so we cannot see him. When we have paid and we are leaving, he runs up to us and talks to us. He starts telling us that our friend is not what she appears and to unblock him and talk to him. When we leave the store, we turn around and who is there but only the stalker again. Funnily, if you start to stalk the stalker, he doesn't like it too much. He follows us all the way to the building, but this time he doesn't get in the elevator with us. Until he stops us at a different floor and gets in. It appears he is after running up the stairwell and then entering the elevator. But he doesn't leave the elevator or follow us to our house. When we get in, we receive a series of messages from the stalker, trying to turn us against our friend and back into the arms of our ex. You have two decisions here: unblock the ex or not. If you unblock him, he will send you a photo of Asuka talking to the stalker. And if you don't unblock him, his mother, the property manager, will send it to you instead. Because of this, you will end up blocking your best friend. What happens next seems to be some sort of a dream sequence, but I am unsure where it starts. First, our avatar starts talking to us, telling us we are meant to be alone just like her. After this, we then hear knocking on our window. When we open the curtains, we see the stalker. When we start going back to our living room, we see him breaking in the back door. At this point, you need to hide somewhere until you can get past him to get a screwdriver out of the wardrobe. When the time is right, you stab him in the back. Then, when you think it is all over, you open the door and Asuka is standing there and she stabs you. We then wake up on the couch to find out this was all a nightmare. However, when you check your phone, she is still blocked. So I can't figure out where reality ended and the dream began here. She then decides to go to the police station to see what can be done. We then meet the policeman from earlier, who, of course, is the ex's brother. He brings us to a nearby park and tells us that there isn't much that the police can do without proof, but he gives us his phone number and tells us to call him if there is any issues instead of the police. When we return from the police, Nina is still unsettled, and you are given the option to unblock your best friend. This is the correct option to do for the good ending. She comes over and we decide to live stream. When we start the live stream, she tells us that she needs to go to the shop because there isn't any food there. Nina isn't happy about it, but she can't stop her. We have a new game to play, and very soon it becomes obvious that this is our neighbourhood and that is our apartment building. If we turn away from the screen while we are watching this, you can see the stalker is actually recording us. She ends the live stream, and when she does, a creepy video starts playing. It is from when we were streaming, in the bath, and sleeping. When you leave the computer, you will be given the option of who to ring. Asuka is the right option for the good ending. All the other ones end with the bad ending, where the stalker breaks in, and your ex-boyfriend will either be with his brother or his mother. They will come in, they will tackle the stalker, and you will end up back with him. When you ring her, you hear her phone is actually ringing outside. We go out to our balcony and into the neighbours. And this is where we find her phone on the ground. When we enter the apartment, we find a computer with that creepy video on it. And if we go over to the wall, there are all our pictures. We find our friend tied up in the bathtub. We speak to her and she is okay, but she tells us to run away. If you don't leave fast enough, you will actually get caught by your ex-boyfriend. If you escape and you go back into your own apartment, you will see the stalker is standing in the middle of the room. You will run out of your apartment, you will go down the elevator, and down there you will meet his mother. Or, yet again, the property manager. If you talk to her here and don't ignore her, you will get a caught ending. When you ignore her and you go to run out of the building, if you turn back around and look, she is on the phone to someone. I think she is calling the fake policeman brother, because when you leave the building, he comes running up to us. Same thing again, if you talk to him, you will be caught. You need to run to the police station. And when we get there, we get this ending.
今月16日、SNS などで活躍する女性配信者の自宅に見知らぬ男が入り込んだ事件で、今日、主犯格の男など男女4人が逮捕されたことが警察への取材で明らかになりました。逮捕されたのは、主犯格で指示役の会社員、宮本力也容疑者。母親で不動産業を営む宮本由紀子容疑者。母親の弟でパートの白田詐夫容疑者。実行役の無職、悪臭共和容疑者の4名とみられています。警察の調べでは、主犯格の宮本力也容疑者は、事件の5日前ほどから、元交際相手である被害者に復縁を迫っていたといい、力也容疑者は被害者に対して付きまといや盗撮、ストーカー行為のほか、悪臭容疑者に対し、被害者宅への侵入を指示した疑いが、他3名には、力也容疑者の犯行に手を貸した疑いがそれぞれかけられており、加えて白田容疑者には、自身を警察官と偽って被害者と接触していた疑いもかけられています。これに対し4人はおおむね容疑を認めている模様です。続いてのニュースです。
Now, if we had never unblocked her and rang the ex-boyfriend instead, I'm going to actually put the ending you get for this. As with nearly all Chilla art games, after a couple of playthroughs, when you go back to the start of them, you will see that there had been signs all along to let you know what was actually going on. Did you play this game? Did you spot anything from the Stalker's timeline that I missed or any other times they were watching us? Leave a comment below and let me know. If you liked this video, please do like and subscribe for more. As always though, I thank you so much for stopping by and watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!